What's up, Yins, guys? This week on Car Dad Bill, we have a 2024 Acura MDX super handling all-wheel drive advanced package Type S. It's a lot of numbers and lots of things to say and lots of words in the title, but just know this is the top of the line Type S MDX from Acura. It is the 7-seater stylish, technologically advanced all-wheel drive SUV. I love Acura Honda vehicles. They're solid, they're reliable, they look good, they function, they do everything you need them to do, and this Acura is definitely no different. Let's go for a ride. First impressions of the MDX Type S, and it's obviously more aesthetically appealing, more cosmetically appealing than the regular model MDX, because you have the upgraded wheels and brakes and the colors and the interior colors, and you have the Type S logos and trim work everywhere. The puddle lights on the outside, the sill plates when you walk out the door are lit up with Type S logos as well. It's a really nice looking SUV on the outside. It's very sporty, it's very elegant. It hints towards the performance that's under the hood, so it's a good use of that, trim work. But my first impressions are, what an elegant, and I can't wait to live with this SUV for a week. Let's get to the details. All right, Chins, sitting outside the MDX Type S. Love the paint color, love the wheel design, new lighting up front, new fog lights. The Type S gets the grille, gets the bigger wheels, gets the red Brembo brakes, gets the new motor inside there too. But the overall stance is pretty similar to past generations. Everything's pushed out to the corners. There's no bumper in the back. LED turn signals in the back finally. LEDs up in there for your turn signals. And then you have your nice swooshy tail lights. You also get circular quad exhaust tips for the Type S. Let's hop inside and take a look, because it's a really, really comfortable and luxurious interior. All right, guys, we're sitting inside the MDX, and it is sharp. Look at that interior. Look at the red leather. Look at the speaker. Look at this dash with the Acura embossed, aluminum finish there in the middle. That gives you your drive modes. Those are all your different drive modes. And then your park, reverse, neutral, and drive is right here, just like in most Honda and Acuras. You have a nice little flip up over here for your charging ports, your brake hold, and your automatic start stop. Down here, this touchpad is phenomenal. This touchpad responds to up there, wherever your finger is, so you can move your finger around and it shows up on the screen. It's really intuitive. I really like how this system works. This side one works with that side one up there, and vice versa. Really nice system. You can use this system while you're driving down the road. It really allows for that to happen. Nice armrest, hand rest here while you're using that and this, and you can just rest your hand on this area while you're driving. Charging port, charging pad there, your cup holders, a nice size container down in there, and you have a little one at the top as well to hide some stuff inside here. Love the flat bottom steering wheel, the Type S logos. Really cool gauge display, which changes based on whatever you're doing. Over here, when you're changing your drive modes, the gauges show up differently for you on this side. These buttons also work up here, and this is your cruise control set down on this side. So your heated steering wheel and your other buttons over here control what you see up there, and in the middle on the instrument cluster on that right hand side as well. Buttons for your heads up display and your safety systems, your parking brakes down there. But yes, this accent of having the ELS Studio sound system, and then you can see the speaker in there, is really cool. And at nighttime, that's backlit. This is wood up here, and then you have some piano black finishes as we go around, and it's just, you have the aluminum pedals as well, and the dummy pedal, the dead pedal, is also aluminum. Love how this flows across the dashboard into the next door. And then you have your leather seats back there. This is a 7-seater. So Definitely works for my family. Let's get in the back and take a look. Check out the back door. You have ability to flip the seats forward here. On the side here, these seats fold down and slide forward like that. Now you have a place to put your foot to get into that back seat. The back seat itself is not the greatest, but you can slide these seats forward and allow for, you can go back if there's no one there, or you can go forward and see how much farther that moves up. Gives you considerable more room in the back. So while you do have these 3 seats across the front here, or across the middle here, this one folds down and has cup holders and things in the back. So if you don't need all the seats, you can flip this down as an armrest. You have your charging capability down there, and then your climate control as well. Let's go take a look at the back. I love how the wheels sit out to the edges too of this body style. Back here, it's a big trunk, considerable size. With the seats up even, you can fit hockey bags and golf clubs and things here. You can stack them. Then you can one-handed flip that forward, and now you have considerably larger area to store some things. And you can see that cup holder I was telling you about on that armrest when it flips forward. Third row, it's 50-50. You also have some storage up underneath here, which is pretty cool. It's thick enough, deep enough. Let's get on the road and talk about it. All right, guys, we're sitting inside the MDX. Before I want to go on the road and talk, I want to talk about the Monroney and just the stats behind the MDX. So this is the 2024 MDX Type S Advanced. This is with the super handling all-wheel drive system. The base price on this one is $69,000 and change, as tested. I don't have an exact number on my Monroney because it's just a prototype Monroney. It's not for sale, but I did some research online and I matched up some of the items that are in this vehicle, and it comes out to $75,295 as tested. So it's a very expensive SUV. But this Type S has the 3-liter turbo, 6-cylinder, 10-speed automatic. That's making 355 horsepower and about the same amount of torque. It's like 354 pound-feet of torque. It averages 19 miles to the gallon. That's what they say on the Monroney. But the CDB real MPG I'm getting is 18.6. So it's just underneath that 19 miles per gallon. The thing that really sticks out to me, though, it's not necessarily the MPG numbers. It's the fact that a full tank of gas only gets me 288 mile range. I need at least 320 miles, 340 miles, something like that, give or take, for the range for this thing. I can't get over that it's not even 300 miles. Now, the performance makes up for a lot of things. The performance of this vehicle is definitely top end. It's a little more aggressive than other SUVs, but still, that range is pretty low. Let's get out on the road and talk about the good and the bad. All right, guys, the good and the bad list. And I'll start off with my bad because we don't have a whole lot of bad. This thing's loaded up. It's got all-wheel drive. It's got your technology for your driving assistance. It's got your stereo system, the top level ELS sound system. It's got unbelievable lighting. The headlights and the high beams in this vehicle are absolutely top-notch. You can see everything that you need to see at nighttime. So what could be bad, right? Two things, in my opinion, are bad about this. Number one, the fuel mileage and range when full is not good. It's not 300 miles. It's not even 300 miles. So I can't get around that. That's a huge no-no in my book. You're gonna be buying gas all the time. And you're only averaging 18. So 18 miles to the gallon in a little gas tank, you're gonna be getting gas a lot. Number two is the price. The Type S jumps to $72,000. 75, excuse me. The Type S jumps to 75 grand. That's really expensive for a vehicle that you can get cheaper than that, probably better gas mileage and more range when full in the same lineup of vehicles. So those are my two bad things. Flipping over to the good side. The good side is great. It starts with the comfort, the reliability, and the style of the Acura product. And this Acura product shows just as well as all the other ones, only it has a little bit more style to it, a little more athleticism on the exterior, and it just carries that Type S feel, which is wonderful. I love it. The other thing on my good list are the tech and the headlights and the sound system. Now, let me circle back to this being a 7-seater. I can hold all of my kiddos. I can hold most of their stuff. If I need to take more people and more stuff, you can put something on a hitch basket that'll carry the stuff for you if you need to do that. But for the most part, for traveling, commuting, going places that we need to go, this is absolutely adequate. It holds enough people. It holds everything we need to do. So that's number one I love about this, is that it's actually a 7-seater and I can actually use it for my family too. The sound system is the next thing on my list. And I always talk about sound systems because they are kind of important. And I love music. This thing cranks. I mean, it absolutely cranks. It's not loud when you have the volume down. You can't hear everything when the volume's down. It kind of has a hollow sound to it almost when the volume's low. But when you crank that volume up, when you find a song you really like, I'm telling you what, it sounds phenomenal. And you can hear every instrument. It's very clear. It's just an overall really good sounding sound system. I find it very, very good. Another plus on my list is the different drive modes that this thing comes with. So the personalities change. A lot of car companies do that. They offer different levels of performance changes and comfort ratings, and they change the personality of the vehicle based on, sport, sport plus, normal, eco, comfort settings, whatever you want to call all that stuff. This has all of that. It definitely changes the personality of the vehicle, makes it faster, makes it stiffer, makes you, actually react to things a little bit. So it's cool in that regard. I find the drive modes definitely change the personality of the vehicle. That's Car Dad Bill this week. The Acura MDX Type S 7-seater, great SUV, lots of style, lots of tech, lots of solid, reliable build quality. Give it a thumbs up this week. Real cars, real people, real life. I'll see you next week. Talk to you then.